Oh, yes, another episode of Impact Wrestling in the books, another episode of Blunt Impact here afterwards. We got debuts, we got returns, we got a good main event, and we got a new member of the Bullet Club. All coming up on this episode of Blunt Impact. Chris G, three-time baby making champion Ness, Mary Jane, producer. Let's get funky. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, heels and heelettes, welcome back to another episode of Blunt Impact live right here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. I am your boy, Chris G, joined by my co-host, the three-time baby making champion of the world. This is Ness. We form the Pot Heels. We are with our co-host, Mary Jane. Ness, how are you feeling today?
Feeling mighty fine, good brother. True Heels, what is the deal? Back with another action-packed episode of Impact Wrestling right here on Blunt Impact. And I must say, there was a lot of twists and turns, highs, not so many lows, but this was a great episode. So I'm just ready to review it.
Oh, yes, definitely a lot of highs going on this episode. And we're not just
Hey,
talking
remember
about the wrestling. If you have been here before, you know how the Pot Heels get down. We are reviewing the August 5th episode of Impact Wrestling. But before we get into that, we got to remind everybody at home to like this video, hit those thumbs up. If you're watching us on Facebook, Twitter, whatever platform, give us a like, a heart. Send us some comments. Let us know how you feel about this show. Let us know how you feel about what we're doing. Let us know whatever you want. Your match of the night, your MVP, jabroni of the night. We're going to get into all of that later on, but let us know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. Be part of the True Heel Heat YouTube family. If you have not subscribed already, we appreciate the love. You have to hit the bells, that notification bell. It'll let you know when we go live. It'll let you know when we drop a video that isn't live. It doesn't matter. Whenever we drop a video, you will be notified. And of course, share us. Doesn't matter who you share us with. If the person you want to share us with is sleeping, fuck it. Share it anyway. Maybe they'll wake up and watch us. So
I know from experience.
Yes, Ness knows experience. He's on a counter today. We're gonna have a sleep counter just in case. We're gonna have to start writing it down. And yes, push out. We want those guys. We want you guys at home. Hit those super chats. Let us know how you feel. We were guaranteed to read your comment on screen. It'll spark a little debate. We can get into it. We can talk to you. We want to interact with you guys. Please send us those super chats. Before we get into this, we are gonna light up Mary Jane somehow, some way. Ness, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Do what you got to do. I'll do what I got to do. I'm going to start at 3 of it, count down to 1. Everybody at home, whether you got a blunt, joint, bong, pipe, whatever you're smoking out of, it doesn't matter. Oil. If you're eating the shit, eat along. But when we count down, if you want to light it up. We're going to start at 3. 3, 2, 1. Everybody's in sync. The producer at home is in sync. We're rolling. We're rock and rolling here to start this off. And speaking of rock and rolling, we have to start off with the first match of the night. Maybe the most important match of the night going forward. But it is Chris Bay being accompanied by Switchblade Jay White your New Japan open weight, never open weight champion, going up against Juice Robinson and accompanied by his tag team partner David Finlay. Quick but solid match. It didn't last long, but it was a good match. It was pretty fluid. Hot start by Bay. He dominates the match most of the time. Juice Robinson, if you know how he wrestles, he likes to be that baby face, come from underneath. So he does get that nice little comeback towards the end. But as he's about to, hit a finisher or two, Jay White causes a distraction. Finley trips him. They start bowling on the outside, but due to the distraction, Chris Bay hits the art of finesse on him. He gets the win 1-2-3. And as he is leaving with Jay White and they approach the top of the stage, Jay White hands him a shirt. And on the shirt, it says Bullet Club. Chris Bay gladly accepts. He puts his one finesse finger in the air. Jay White puts the two sweet in the air. And it looks like we have a new member of the Bullet Club. And his name is Chris Bay. I dig it. I like Chris Bay. I like him even more. This shit was too sweet. And I can't wait to see the future of Chris Bay. I believe he has participated in a New Japan tournament before, so he's no stranger to New Japan wrestling. And I would like to see him like on actual New Japan. If this whole forbidden revolving door is happening, I would like to see Chris Bay in New Japan wrestling one day. But I'm here for it, man. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I agree. He performs on New Japan Strong, so this is it's something nice to carry over from one promotion to the next. At the end of the day, what I'm really hoping, I'm hoping this doesn't end up being a swerve in Bullet Club doing what Bullet Club does to people. Because this is great, honestly. They got a young prospect in Chris Bay, super over in Impact. Bullet Club wants to take over the wrestling world. Let them legitimately take over the wrestling world, all promotions, everything like that. But like far as this match goes, he definitely needed this decisive win after taking the loss in the match against the Good Brothers. He literally was the one pinned, almost had Jay White, wanting to rethink about extending the olive branch to him. He definitely needed this win, and he made good on showing Jay White that, he's a top talent and deserving of waving the Bullet Club flag and the banner. So he just drove at home and solidified his spot within the faction. So that's good, But at the end of the day, again, I hope they're not teasing us. Just give us this for a little bit, and then they take it away and snatch the rug from out under me. Don't do that. We love the BEYLLET Club right now. We BEYLLET Club marks.
Yeah, don't be a cock tease, Impact Wrestling.
Yes, please don't.
We want the BEYLLET Club, and we want it now. Guys, let us know in the super chats and comments. Let us know how you feel about the BEYLLET Club. Let us know how you feel about Chris Bay and the Bullet Club. Josh Moreira says, "Wake up, Ness." Thank you, Josh.
I'm up. I'm up.
He's up today.
I'll stay up too. Yeah, I'll be up the whole time.
I don't think he's going to be falling asleep tonight. Next up, we got Fire and Flavor. They have an interview backstage. To quote the mediocre Big Sean, she says, they took a couple L's, but tonight they'll bounce back. Kiera with the homecoming shade towards Sasha says, you went off and did your thing with Fala and didn't win anything, but it's all good. You came back to your tag team partner, and we're gonna do what we got to do. I like how they're not matching hairs right now. That's weird. They usually have matching hair colors. Something to keep note of, I guess, going into future. But onto the match. Fire and Flavor is taking on Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering in a tag team match. Kiera Hogan has the best entrance in wrestling, in my opinion.
Can I just say something real quick about that entrance? So as I'm watching this, she's coming out. My son's in the room with me. I told him to look at the TV while she's twerking, and I'm like, oh yeah, you like that? He's like, yeah, and then just literally just starts watching the TV. Like their whole entrance, he just dead set on their entrance. So safe to say I made him a Fire and Flavor fan. And if not a Fire and Flavor fan, he's definitely a Kiera Hogan fan now.
Oh, yes, he is a fan of many things. He's definitely a Kiera Hogan fan, though, at
Oh
this
yeah.
point. Solid tag match. It was back and forth for the most part. We get a fast start in the beginning, but then Jordan and Grace, Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering kind of pretty much take over. Jordan Grace hits a nice double suplex. Tasha and Kieran, after the match, which they lose, they look fed up. They don't know what to do. They don't know what's going on, what direction this tag team is going. And out of nowhere, some big chick comes out and just fucking kills Kiera Hogan, just beats the brakes out of her while Tasha Steelz folds her arms and kind of enjoys what's going on to Kiera at this moment. Her name is Savannah Evans. She was a independent wrestler. I did a little research on her, not much out there, but she is going to be the heater for Tasha Steelz because it looks like Kiera Hogan is on her way out of Impact Wrestling. Speaking of on their way out, Impact Wrestling is no longer affiliated with Twitch, I believe. So they're on their way out of there. So guys, if you're watching through Twitch, you're gonna have to find another way to watch Impact Wrestling, or you could just fucking join us every Thursday night and we could break it down for you. But yeah, I like this tag match. It was cool. And the debut of Savannah Evans got me intrigued. Tasha Steelz, I think she could be good as a single star, but she's even better with a heater, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good direction to go in. And Kiera Hogan, we're going to see where she pops up because I know this ain't it for her. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I actually like the idea of Tasha Steelz getting a heater, having somebody, now she just drove home the quote unquote heel turn, I guess, so to speak, because they were pretty much already heels. And it being Savannah Evans, she's just so much bigger than her, so that's just going to bring some validity to their run. But there's multiple stories happened in this match, like there was the shade between Fire and Flavor prior to the match with the backstage segment. Obviously, they're both not enjoying their time together. They lost the Knockouts Tag Team Championships, and they just went on a little losing streak. Tasha goes to team up with Fallah Bahh at Homecoming. That didn't work out for her, so I'm pretty much like she's just frustrated, at all these losses. So she has to go out and get in a real backup in Savannah Evans, which is ironic because these two, as in Fire and Flavor, are the reason why Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering had so many problems. Well, part of it, it was Tenille and it was Fire and Flavor, just playing the mind games and just getting in Jordan's head and making her doubt herself. So now that they're back on the same page as Jordan and Rachel, they get this decisive win over the team that really caused them a lot of issues amongst each other. So that's good for like character development, story development, things of that nature. And then like the post-match with Savannah Evans coming out and attacking Kiera Hogan, and just Tasha Steelz just like, well, you kind of deserve it because you've been pissing me off, type of thing. Like, it's pretty good. I wonder if they're actually gonna play up on that, or is it just like she's gonna get attacked and then we don't see her anymore? So like, which way are they gonna go with it from here on out?
It was like Tasha Steelz is the big sister, and then Kiera Hogan's the little sister, and they were playing, and they broke something, the glass shattered.
Yeah.
And then the mom came out, and then Tasha was just like, it wasn't me, even though she's the one that dropped it, and then the little sister got her ass whooped. That's yeah, and that's the mom in the back like, yep, you deserve it.
My favorite child.
The golden child. This is my golden child. Next up, we have the Homecoming King and Queen in the ring. Excuse me. It is, what the fuck is his name? Matthew Raywalt. I got to get used to calling him that. The Drama King. And he is out with the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo, your Impact Knockouts champion. And there's flowers being thrown at their feet. They got the spotlight on them. They are, they are royalty. They are Impact royalty. And this is their coronation. Deonna puts herself over, of course.
Of course.
But she gets interrupted by Mickie James. Mickie James says she apologizes for doing this, but she just wants her to sign the contract for her first round matchup, or I'm sorry, not a first round matchup, for the match at NWA Empower. And she's not going to sign the contract blindly. She wants to know who her opponent is, and her opponent happens to be here tonight. And I'm not sure if she ever debuted in Impact Wrestling, but
I don't think she's ever been in Impact. We may be
no,
wrong, but I don't think she's ever been in Impact.
no, I think this is the debut, and it is the debut of Melina, straight out of NWA, still looking fine as hell, still doing the split on the ring. Gave me PTSD to when I was 15 and lonely. They talk shit to each other, but no physicality, and keep it cordial. And setting up the match at NWA Empower, the all women's pay-per-view for the NWA promotion, and Melina versus Diana. It's a cool little matchup. Should be interesting to see how they match up. But I like this segment. How'd you feel about this?
Yeah, it's two different styles. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna put on a great match. I liked how she was, putting herself over. And all her accolades: 2-time Knockouts Women Champion, Impact 2020 Wrestler of the Year, Impact 2020 Knockouts of the Year, and just like the first Iron Woman of Impact. So like all these accolades, and like what more to add to it as to be a champion going into another promotion and beating their talent now. So we're just padding the stats over here for Deonna Purrazzo, and it's all good because she can back it up at the end of the day. But might I say, Melina and Mickie James was looking fine tonight. Good God! First is Mickie, then Melina. I had to contain myself. They were looking mighty fine, ladies.
Yes, let us know in the comments, Mickie or Melina. It's a hard one.
Why choose? I'm not choosing.
Why not choosing. Why not both?
Why not both?
Why not both?
Yeah, whole crowd, everybody's happy.
Yeah. A man can dream. Next up, we got Jake something going up against Davari, the returning Davari, going up against Trey Miguel, going up against Rohit Raju with Shera, and the winner of this becomes the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. This match was a fucking car crash, and I loved every single second of it.
Yeah.
Rohit Raju with a nice suicide dive to the outside. Trey Miguel with a nice moonsault from the second rope to the outside. And Jake something running crossbody from the top of the stage onto everybody when they're sitting on the apron was a pretty cool spot. We hit a commercial break. Trey with a beautiful submission on Raju, as he has him in the submission, like a little leg lock. He slams Davari and then changes his position on the submission to go back into another submission. So Trey Miguel just always finding new ways to be innovative. Just damn, keep doing shit like this. Trey's starting to grow on me. And then Jake something looks strong. Kills Davari at the end. He gets the win. He will face Josh Alexander at Impact Emergence on August 20th. That is a Friday. And they will be going up for the X Division Championship. So it should be a cool match, a little house fight. We've seen them go at it before, but I think the second time around will be better. We see Rohit Raju pissed backstage, and he almost threw his bag at Matt Cardona, Chelsea Green, and Matt Cardona's pissed. He says, "Come on, bro, you can hit me. It's okay. But you almost hit Chelsea, and, we got to do something about that." Raju tries to stick Shera on her. He says, I'm not here to hit I'm not going to hit a woman. I'm not going to hit a woman. All right, guy. I don't know if you just noticed. We had a whole motherfucking intergender tournament the other day. Impact's kind of the promotion where it's kind of okay, where you could,
one of the few.
Powerbomb a woman. Yeah, it's one of the cool promotions where you could powerbomb a woman if you have a problem with her. Kayfabe though, kayfabe, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And He walked away. So Raju says, "My bad," and then he walks away. Cardona was ready to fuck him up. And then we go to Josh Alexander interview. He's hyped for Jake, but Davari interrupts. Said he was robbed. Said he wants a shot. So Josh Alexander says, "If you beat me 1-on-1 next week, you get a future title shot." So that's a match going forward next week. What do you think about the match, and how do you feel about Jake something being the #1 contender?
This definitely was a fun match. Like it was as we like to call them, the car crash. So much going on. It was a nice little X Division match on an episode of multi-man X Division match, I should say, on an actual episode of Impact. It felt like not pay-per-view quality, but it felt right for television. For the spots we seen, these guys were definitely going out there trying to give the fans, for actually being back in the Impact Zone, something to appreciate for being at the show. Like I definitely enjoyed that crossbody on all three guys from Jake something, and then the transitioning of Trey Miguel, who I initially thought was going to win this match, just because in my opinion, out of everybody, he had the most momentum going into this, to get a singles shot at the X Division Championship. I'm not mad at Jake something winning, because at the end of the day, it's Josh Alexander versus Jake something. Neither one of those guys, when you think of X Division, they don't fit that bill. They don't look like typical X Division guys. So for them, they're bigger guys. You would think they would be in the world title picture, things like that. It just brings the validity and the notoriety back to the X Division, saying like, look, we can have anybody can excel in here. Shorter guys, taller guys, cruiserweights, high flyers, brawlers, technicians. Like it's going to be great, because both of these guys are brawlers, but they brawl to their own styles. Josh is really more so of they actually built pretty much the same style, just Josh has a little bit more like grappling and submissions in his style, where Jake is just the powerhouse, and he likes to go up top and fly over the top and things like that too. So I'm ready to see the match. We're not, it's too early for predictions, things like that. But
Yeah, no,
I think
not for
it's going to be at the end of the day, it's going to be a good match regardless.
Yeah. I think they're both like hybrids. Like they're both
Yeah,
brawlers in some way, but Josh Alexander's more of a technician, and then Jake
right.
Something's more of a powerhouse too. So
Yeah,
it's like it'll be a cool clash of styles though. I'm excited for it. Next up, we got to talk about Macklin
Mickey James.
going up. Fifth generation Carney Joseph with it. Yes, Milky James. I like to call her Milfy James. I think that's my favorite nickname for her. But yes, Macklin versus Jossie is the next, I guess, match you want to call it. This guy's his name is Jossie. I believe Ja is short for jabroni. And he, while he's getting introduced, Macklin pulls him off the ropes, and he beats his ass. Don't turn your back on me. Don't fucking turn your back on me.
Yeah.
He kills this poor kid. He keeps pulling him up at 2 counts. The referee, the second time he does it, tells him, "Come on, man, finish the match." And he yells at the ref, "Don't touch me! Don't you fucking touch me!" 6 feet, pal, 6 feet. And it's Brian Hebner, of course. Maybe he should have got knocked out, but no, it's fine. Anyway, he finally gets the win. Then he tries to kill the poor kid after the win, just furthering the damage. But Petey Williams comes up and makes the save. Looks like he's about to use a chair, but Macklin rolls out. And this looks like it's setting up for a match, maybe at Emergence, which I wouldn't mind watching. Macklin and Petey Williams should be a cool match. I like what we're getting from Macklin so far, and Petey Williams is Petey Williams. So I'm here for it. Any thoughts?
Yeah, it is just a tad nitpick. They already have him as in Macklin mixing with the actual guys on the roster. He's had a match against Trey Miguel. He set his sights on Petey Williams. So let's get him just consistently in the ring with other talent. You know, I don't think we got to revert back to the squash matches and things like that. But again, that's just a nitpick of mine. Or they want to build him up, give him that momentum. But the match itself, well, between Petey Williams and Steve Macklin, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be fairly, really decent, to good to great, somewhere in that area, you know. But yeah, I'm ready to see it now. And now that I've seen him, like Steve Macklin going after the actual Impact talent, when they like try to do the squash matches, I'm just like, all right, whatever, just get it over with, because I already know what he can do against guys that aren't really going to be fighting back. You know, like I want to see where, you know, what he can endure from somebody like a Petey Williams, like a Trey Miguel, guys like that I know are actual threats. I want to see the evolution of Steve Macklin's offense and defense in the ring.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's going to start with Petey Williams, and then we'll see where he goes from there. But before we get into the main event, everybody at home, we want to remind you, hit those super chats, send those comments, let us know how you feel about the show so far. Let us know how you feel about Steve Macklin and Petey Williams, the potential matchup that they're going to have. But before we get into the main event, we got to talk about a few segments along the way. Fifth Generation Carney. John C. is the man that did him wrong here. He is the Black Wrestlers Matter champion, and love needs to be shown.
Oh, then shout out, good brother. I had no
Oh,
idea
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, you know, we say that Ja C stands for jabroni shit as a joke. We got respect for everybody that puts their body on the line every night to entertain us. It's all love and games here, but respect to him for being the Black Lives Matter champion. Next up, we got to talk about this Taylor Wilde interview, I guess. They ask her, where were you? She says she got reported at the border because she's Canadian as a suspicious person. Yeah, white chick with blonde hair. Well, what's suspicious about it? You're very suspicious. I can't let you through the border. The person that reported that, his name was Kelvin with a K. I know that guy. But it couldn't fucking be him. He doesn't watch Impact. It had to be Caleb with a K. So she wants
He
a match
definitely
with
doesn't watch Impact.
She wants a match with Tennille Witty. Tennille has an All About Me segment afterwards. Caleb is hurting. His neck is all fucked up because I beat up for the last couple weeks already. So they get the doctor in here, and they're basically trying to get him to diagnose Caleb, but he has no idea what he's doing there. So Scott tells him to kick rocks, and Scott D'Amore joins. He's like, "Fuck it, I'll be the host." And he keeps hitting Caleb on the shoulder, which is great because he keeps messing up his neck. And he sets up his match with Taylor Wilde because he figures out that, you know, these two are behind the whole debacle about Taylor Wilde getting stopped at the border and whatnot. Any thoughts about this?
Yeah, it was funny. It's just kind of fucked up. They're like, oh, she got stopped and she couldn't get into America for 2 months because of Tennille. Tennille was just all over the place doing all types of shit. Apparently, you know, while that was going on, she was still trying to. Well, 2 months ago, she was still trying to get a tag partner, and she was just like, "Well, fuck it. If Taylor Wilde's not gonna be my partner, she doesn't even be in the country. You keep your ass home." But yeah, the All About Me segment was pretty good because Scott's in there like, yeah, he knows what's going on. Caleb's all fucked up. He's just patting him on the shoulder and shit. Just like, yo, you gotta chill, bro. I'm hurting over here. But yeah, Tennille versus Taylor Wilde is gonna be decent. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I want to know. Like, they should have been elaborate. Like, I wanted a reason why she got stopped. Like, what was so suspicious? They said she was smuggling cocaine in her tits or something. I want to know. We need details because I wasn't buying this whole shit at first. But Scott D'Amore, just he was funny. So he picked this segment up for me.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Kimberly, and she done lost her shit. She now has face paint. She looks nuts, and she's chilling with creepy Soo Young. It looks like we're gonna have a creepy tag team on our hands.
Yeah.
And I am here for it 100%. Ness, I know you're here for it.
Hell yeah. I like the fact that they gave us Susan first. They were pretty much trying to recreate Su Yung in their image, and it worked. It really didn't they didn't pick up like a lot of wins and shit like that, but it worked far as like her character development. She couldn't, the Susan character really didn't wrestle like that, but she was very entertaining. So now that the fact that they're going to revert back to Su Yung and she's bringing Kimberly along for the ride with her, they did initially with Deanna and Kimberly, it's going to be nice to see this dynamic. Because she's like in the promo, she's like, Mother May I, or like I guess Su Young's the mom, and Kimberly now is like the spawn of Satan child, the spawn of Satan, pretty much, I guess. So yeah,
Su Yung out here speaking in tongues and shit.
yeah, like all types of shit going on right now. But again, at the end of the day, I'm here for it.
Yeah, definitely. They will add some depth to the tag team division, and that's always good. After that, we got to get into, this is the main event. Going into the main event, we just have a string of interviews that's very interesting. Very interesting shit going on. We're going to start off with Chris Sabin. Actually, we're going to start off with the Elite first. They have an interview backstage. Kenny Omega says Impact is desperate for number one contender, trying to get the title off of Kenny Omega. Callis putting over the Elite. But then Violent by Design comes and interrupts. And they said they're enacting their rematch clause. And they're going to see the Good Brothers at Emergence for the tag team titles. Kenny's not too happy about this. The Good Brothers not too happy about this. Gallo says something about being Festus for the PH so he doesn't get sued. Funny shit. But then we got Kazarian. Kazarian has an interview. He's back for the Elite. It's not about his past, even though this is the house that he built.
Yeah.
Guys like Mojo, AJ Styles, fucking all the TNA originals. These are the guys that built this place, and he's here. But he's here to rip the heart out of the Elite. We also have a Sabin interview. I should mention that before. He's still pissed at Moose. That's about it. But Violent by Design comes to Scott's office as well. And in Scott's office is Willie Mack and Rich Swann. And they beat Violent by Design last week. So this tag team match for the tag titles is going to be a three-way tag team match. It's going to be Rich Swann and Willie Mack taking on Violent by Design, taking on the champions, the Good Brothers, for the titles. And now on to the main event, where it is the Elite, the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega, taking on Sami Callihan, Eddie Edwards, Frankie Kazarian, also known as Team Dreamer. Callis introduces Kenny Omega, and much to the delight of our producer, he drops the name Charlotte Flair. Says Kenny Omega is better than Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, Hackenschmidt, Vert Gagne, Greg Gagne. Mentions everybody except Stone Cold Steve Austin. You fucking know better, Don Callis. But good back and forth match, tag match.
I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it. No bullshit. And the reason I didn't say anything is because I didn't want him to conjure it up and get the thought in his head. I was I trust Romeo. I know he's going to do it.
The thought was in his head already. The thought was in his head. It was a preconceived notion. There we go. Kenny Omega, our world's champion. Nice triple splash spot that they did at Slammiversary. I think Gallows comes on Kenny's back, and then Carl Anderson jumps on their back, and they do a nice little splash. Turns into a little bit of a car crash towards the end, but a nice sequence of events. Sami Callihan hits a pile driver on Kenny Omega on the apron.
Brutal.
Looked brutal. And then Eddie Edwards hits the Boston Knee Party on Carl Anderson for the 1, 2, 3. And Team Dreamer gets the win. As Eddie Edwards is celebrating, out comes W. Morrissey, and he kills Eddie Edwards, attacks him from behind. And looks like we're going to keep that feud going, which I don't mind. They've been putting good matches. They got a good chemistry going. So I'm here for it. I could see them keep going. But the Elite loses in the main event. Sami Callihan and Kenny Omega still look like they have unfinished business. And of course, Kazarian is on AEW, and he's going to take shots at the Elite whenever he gets the chance to. But a solid way to end this episode of Impact Wrestling. Ness, how do you feel about this main event?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I did not see the Elite losing this match. I don't see the Elite losing like that. Period. Especially with the Good Brothers just regaining the Impact Tag Team Championships. But it was nice. It was a nice matchup. It makes for the story of Kenny Omega, pretty much AEW coming in, invading Impact Wrestling, and now like they're just trying to, well, not even now, but for like the past year or the past couple months, they've been just combating with this entity, the god of pro wrestling, Kenny by God Omega, and now they're just like finally starting to quote unquote see the cracks in their armor, so to speak. But that's neither here nor there, because Kenny wasn't even Kenny that lost. It was Anderson. So like that, that's the irony of it. The guys that lose are the guys that are actually contracted to Impact. Go figure. But and that's what they're there for. Kenny still looks strong. He took a fucking pile driver on the apron. I would never agree to that. That was brutal as shit. Yeah. So, and then Morrissey attacking Eddie Edwards after the match. I'm not even going to lie to you about that. I didn't think that was going to continue. I thought it was going to be just pretty much over with at that point, and then possibly Eddie Edwards might make a lobby for the Impact World Championship. I didn't, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no need to rush things, because like you said, Morrissey and Eddie Edwards had some great chemistry together, and their matches were pretty good. So I'm not opposed as to them maybe going to another gimmick match, like maybe something to the big payoff of this feud. But yeah, we don't gotta rush nothing.
No, I like the slow builds. AEW's getting me used to slow builds again. So and Impact as well. They're doing a good time. They do a good job with long-term storytelling as well. So another solid episode of Impact Wrestling in the books. Ness, did we predict this match, this main event?
We did. We were wrong. I think we both picked the
I think I picked the faces.
You probably did.
I believe I picked the faces. We will check, but as the standings are, Ness is 3-1 and I am 3-1, so we are tied. If we did predict that
as
match,
of right now.
As of right now.
Yeah.
I don't have the card for next week in front of me, but me and Ness will collaborate beforehand, and then we'll just go through our predictions through the show so we can keep these picks up. Everybody in the comments, we want to know your picks for next week's matches if you know them. And we also want to know your MVP, your jabroni of the night, match of the night, because that's what we're about to get into for this episode. And my MVP for this week is Tommy Dreamer, for putting together this team to finally take down the Elite on Impact Wrestling.
My MVP is Chris Bay. Bullet Club, baby.
Yeah, that's a too sweet. We can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yes, Chris Bay. Chris Bay, you're my MVP as well. I got to put you in there. Jabroni of the night.
This is going to be unanimous. I think I know.
I got to go with Kiera Hogan. I
Yeah,
I hate to do
unfortunately.
it, but
because that entrance was so great.
Yeah. And the exit was not.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Mama whooped that ass. Blame it on Big Sister. Big Sister fucking got fucked up. Sneaky Puerto Ricans. No, I'm just joking. Match of the night. I'm gonna go with the Fatal 4-Way. I like the main event, but the X Division Fatal 4-Way really was dope for me. How about you?
Agreed.
Yeah, this was definitely match of the night. Another solid episode of Impact Wrestling. Another solid episode of Blunt Impact. Before we go, we got to remind you guys to follow True Heel Heat on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at True Heel Heat. We are everywhere. And of course, you can find us here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Like this video, share this video with whoever you can. comment on this video after you watch it. Even if you didn't join us live, let us know how you felt about the show and hit that subscribe button. Be part of the True Heel Heat family. Hit that bell in the corner for the notifications. So next time we do go live, you're here with us, or you can catch us whenever you have the free time. There's no rush. There's no rush. We're here for the next 7 days, and then we're here again. We're fucking recurring, baby, like clockwork. Ness, where can we find out?
You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at skinny__Kravitz, right here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Want to have a fusion of honor with my man, the Stat King, the man of 1,004 numbers, where we review MLW Fusion and Ring of Honor. Catch me, obviously, on Blunt Impact and Joints and Jabronis with Chris G. We form the Pie Heels. Now we review Impact Wrestling every Thursday night live. Keep tuning in, showing us love. We appreciate you guys. You can also catch me on NX3 with, once again, Chris G, our producer, RAC, where we review NXT, and that'll be live soon as well. So make sure you guys tune in for that.
Yes, make sure you are here with us for that. And of course, don't forget to watch our NX3, the last episode that we dropped, Love Her, Lose Her, where we talk about Index or Dex In, depending on how you look at it. And you can find me, your boy, at True Heel Chris G. I am on Twitter and Instagram. Don't look for me on Facebook. You could also see me on NX3 and Blunt Impact, like the good brother Ness said, with our good brother Romeo Anthony Colon. Shout out to him for being our producer for today. We want to thank everybody else at home as well, or whether you're at work, home, on the ride home, doesn't matter. Thank you for joining us live. We hope you catch this video if you didn't catch it live. But please, do all those good things. Show us love. We will catch you guys next week. I am your boy Chris G, for the three-time baby making champion Ness, and for our co-host Mary Jane. We are the Pie Heels. This was another episode of Blunt Impact. Wear your mask. It's just too sweet if you don't get the COVID. So be safe out there, please.